Hey, brothers and sisters, it's Tommy Lee, and I need to talk about something today that I see happening all the time with you musicians that's killing musical careers left and right. And it's not what you think. It's not lack of talent. It's not bad gear. It's not even lack of connections. It's something much more fundamental. The thing that kills your career more than anything else, my dear brothers and sisters, is your lack of follow through. Let me tell you about Marcus, incredible composer, the kind of talent that gives you goosebumps. For 3 years, I've seen him start, get excited about certain projects or avenues, and then one by one abandoning them as soon as he encountered the first difficulty. And not even difficulty, as soon as he was bored with his new project. Songs, 80% finished. Website, almost there. Demo reel, just needs a few more tweaks. Outreach emails, drafted, but never sent. Every time Marcus would hit resistance, even the slightest difficulty, he would pivot to something new. This is not it. I'm just not feeling inspired. This is not what I thought it would be, and I already have a much better idea. There would always be some kind of excuse as to why this thing no longer needs his commitment, because there's a new thing on the horizon that requires his attention, and this time it will be different. Do you know where Marcus is today? He is still working a day job that he hates. He's still telling people that he's about to break through. Now, here's what nobody tells you in music school, in business school, in any school. Your success is not dependent upon your talent and even your excitement. Your success in your life and work will come from the F word, follow through. The difference between distracted and divided dabblers and doodlers and amateurs and the pros, it's not talent, it's follow through. Folks, I know way more people who are like 70% talented, but they're 100% follow through. And that's why they see success and traction in their musical journey versus 100% pure, raw talent, still working a day job. Not because of lack of talent, but because lack of the F word, follow through. You see, pros are ready to sacrifice. They are ready to pay the price for what they say is their dream. Amateurs are all about dreaming, but they are not ready, no matter what they say, to bite down on that mouthpiece when things get difficult, when things get boring, when things just aren't that exciting. You see, amateurs, they hide away in their basement to create, which is good and necessary, but they never go all the way to complete the full cycle. They don't finish their songs. They don't finish that website. They don't finalize their reel, their portfolio. They don't make a list of people to contact, and they don't follow through on their outreach. And even if they start some of these things or even all of these things, the slightest trip, the slightest difficulty, not even difficulty, but a lack of response, of excitement of any kind, has them abandoning course. It happens slowly and then suddenly. Now, let me break down for you what follow through actually looks like for a serious, committed musical craftsperson. Number one, they complete their creations. They push through that uncomfortable middle where nothing much might be happening, and especially through that last 20%, which is damn near a nightmare sometimes. This is where most people quit. But a serious, committed craftsperson sees their projects, sees their intentions carried out all the way until final, complete end. Number two, serious, committed musical craftspeople, they complete their portfolio. They complete a beautiful, striking display of their best musical superpowers. They don't wait until it's perfect, whatever that means, especially in music. They get it shipped when it gives goosebumps. And it's effective. Number three, they make a list of people to contact, people who might be able to feed them projects and have the ability to pay them for these projects. And they actually do not stop until they not only outreach to them, but when they don't hear back, which is 90% likelihood, they follow up again and again and again. They follow through on their intention to make a connection with someone who could be their future client. And number 4, the way to sum all of this up is they simply complete their commitments. They honor their dreams. They respect themselves and their craft. You see, to a serious, committed musical craftsperson, dreams aren't wishy-washy. Dreams have concrete destinations and deadlines. And these destinations and these deadlines are sacred. In my business, which is making music for big brands, their campaigns, commercials, and content, this quality is worth its weight in gold. Do you know how many talented, genius musicians fail in this business? Almost all of them. It's not because they can't create amazing music. It's because they cannot be counted on to be reliable. They cannot be counted on to follow through. And here is what's really going on under the surface. Folks, for the dabbling, doodling amateur, it's not about the craft. It's not about a commitment to their dream. It's about their own pride. I know this sounds counterintuitive. The amateur seems humble. Oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, this isn't good enough to share. Oh, I really need more time to get things right and share myself and my work with the world. Let Uncle Z splash some cold water on your damn face. That reluctance to follow through, that is not humility. This is fear disguised as perfectionism. You are afraid. This is why you don't follow through. Your ego, your comfort. You care more about that than your dream and your mission. You care more about being comfortable than you care about the craft. You care more about the idea that something might happen to you when you expose yourself to the world with what you hold so near to your heart. You care more about that than you care about the idea that the world needs more beautiful music from you. Folks, I remember when I landed one of my first industry projects. Was I ready? Hell no. Was I terrified? Absolutely. But guess what? I cared more about the craft and my dream. I was serious about my commitment. I showed up. I followed through, all the way through. I stepped into that ring knowing that I might take a few punches. And guess what? I did take a few punches. The client hated the first draft. They tore it apart. I literally remember them asking me, do you want cornflakes or do you want frosted flakes? And I was like, what the hell does he mean by that? I later learned that in the ad industry, cornflakes is a kind of a raw, direct feedback that gives it to you straight, whereas frosted flakes, well, it's feedback for the brittle, the sensitive soul like me, who might get their feelings easily hurt. But guess what? I cared more about my commitment to becoming a pro than I cared about my feelings. So I asked for the cornflakes, and I got them. The amateur in me wanted to disappear back into my basement. But the serious craftsperson in me said, thank you for the feedback. I'll have a revision for you tomorrow. And then I went back to my basement and I stayed up all night to deliver it, to show up like a pro. Not recycling thoughts of, oh, I am terrible and how dare he criticize my music like that. Nope. I wanted to become a musical craftsperson so badly that I was willing to get punched for it. Because I knew these punches, if I took them well, they would make me stronger. They would make me better. They would make my client perceive me as someone who is actually serious about the game. Someone that they can rely on to get through the difficult times and find a great solution. And it is because the client recognized those qualities within me. That project, with that initial hiccup, yielded 10 more projects with that particular client. It wasn't because I was the most talented. It was because I was willing to follow through when things got uncomfortable. My best came out when I was facing my worst. Dear brother and sister, your music career is not going to be built based off one demo, one hit, one giant home run. It's going to be built on the relationships that you cultivate and nourish with the people that are willing and able to pay you for your songs, scores, and sounds. And when they perceive from you that they can get to their destination, the music the film that they want, that they imagine in their own mind as the ideal. And you're the one who's going to be there all along the way, revising 50 times. It doesn't matter. You're showing up with the mindset of enthusiasm and creativity no matter what happens. Why would they want someone else in the room with them, no matter how talented? The true transformation from a dabbling amateur to a remarkable artisan happens when you realize this truth. The world doesn't owe you anything for your talent. The world rewards those who reliably deliver value. The dedicated musical craftsperson cares enough about their dream to step into that ring, take the punches, to go the 12 rounds. They care more about that than they care about protecting their ego. The amateur, they don't even step in the ring. Or they might go a few rounds before asking their coach to throw in the towel. How could you possibly expect to make it as a musician, full-time musician, when you're not able to endure and get through difficulties with committed follow-through? Folks, real humility is not about thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. It's caring more about serving with your music, serving the client, serving your dream, serving your calling, caring more about serving than protecting your ego. So what's the solution, folks? I want you to start building your follow-through muscle today. Here are 4 ways you can do that right now. Number 1, I want you to finish one abandoned project that you once felt excited about. Open the session right now. And no matter how uncomfortable it feels, I want you to commit to follow through to finishing that particular project. It's not about winning a Grammy. It's not about creating the world's best song. Your only goal is to follow through and finish. If you finish enough shitty songs, among those shitty songs, there's going to be a breakthrough piece. You can take that to the bank. How could you expect a breakthrough piece when you have 10,000 unfinished loops on your hard drive? Number 2, I want you to send 3 emails today to 3 connections in the industry or 3 people in your family or your close circle that tell them about your dream of serving others with remarkable songs, scores, or sounds. Send those 3 emails. You're probably not going to hear anything back. That's something the pros are used to. It ain't nothing. You follow through and you follow through again, politely but firmly until you hear back. Number 3, you're going to set a deadline. Do you know what a deadline is? If you don't reach that line by a certain time, you're dead. Set a deadline for your website and your reel. You see, in our academy, students finish their websites and their reels because real money is on the table. They pay for the process so that they can stay accountable, so that they don't look bad for buying another mentorship program and abandoning it halfway. So if you need that sort of a thing, hey, we're here. We'll gladly take you step by step through the process of building all of those things and getting out into the industry and getting your first project. But you need someone other than your flaky self to keep you accountable. Number 4, when you feel resistance, ask yourself a very simple question. Am I protecting my dream and my craft? The very dream and the very craft that I say I'm so passionate about? Or am I simply protecting my ego? I want you to remember this, brothers and sisters, a half-finished masterpiece will help nobody. But a project that you thought was imperfect, that you thought was even mediocre, but it's finished, it's shipped, people are digesting it, people are looking at it. You can never tell if it just might move someone out there, if it just might change a life, including yours. If you're ready to transform from someone who keeps dabbling to someone who actually delivers, I want you to check out our free training below. We'll show you exactly what you need to do step by step to transform yourself into a remarkable craftsperson who not only creates amazing music, but has a very definite place that they can showcase it to in order to land their first paying project. Remember, folks, it's all about the F word, the follow through.